All right, hey everyone. If you're watching this, our sixth video in the Heart Health series, hopefully it's because you viewed our prior videos as well. And for that, we thank you.
Why wouldn't they watch? We've dished out some good tips and some great recipe ideas.
Yeah, that's a good point. We're worth watching. And well, this is our final video in this series, and I hope you enjoy it as we talk about reading food labels.
Save the best for last, huh?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if you don't get familiar with reading labels on the packaged foods that you buy and you eat, then you really can't be sure of what you're putting in your body. And that leads me to our first tip in reading food labels, which is don't judge a book by its cover. Or in this case, don't judge a packaged food by what you see on the front of the package and what it says. There's many products out there, and they all have popular claims on them to lure the consumer in. And you might see things like low fat, gluten-free, reduced sugar, even like all natural, which really doesn't even have a definition. And there's many more where that came from. So while these claims may seem helpful, the product may still be very, very unhealthy.
So, just like when a package says it's fat-free on the front, doesn't mean it's healthy. It might be low in fat, but it could still be very high in sugar and other refined ingredients that are not healthy at all.
Right. I mean, you got it. The moral of the story is that the nutrition facts label and the ingredient list on the back or the side of the product won't deceive you. Look at those instead to make your decision. Don't look at the front of the package.
Chad, you got any other tips on reading food labels before we get to the recipe?
Man, I've got a ton of them, but in the short video we have here, let me just list off a couple things that might interest our viewers. So, after disregarding what you see on the front of the package to lure you in, the next best thing to look at is probably the serving size, and that's because everything that's, all the nutrition information, the calories and nutrients, that's what everything's based off of, is the serving size. So a product that has 3 grams of added sugar per serving sounds like it's a good choice until you realize that the serving size is so small that you find yourself eating 5 servings. That's 15 grams of added sugar. That's a lot of sugar. Then again, there's the calorie information. That's the next thing you probably want to look at. And again, that's based off of the serving size, so be careful. An average adult should be around 400 to 500 calories for a meal, and only about 100 to 200 calories for a snack. So do that math, calories and the serving size. Then there's also the section for total fat, saturated fat, and trans fat. For heart health, and again, we're talking averages here, try to choose foods with less than 5 grams of total fat per serving and less than 2 grams of saturated fat per serving. We've talked about trans fat, and we'll continue to talk a little bit about trans fat here. Hydrogenated oil, you want 0 grams of this stuff. Be very careful. A product can have up to half a gram of hydrogenated oil per serving, and the nutrition facts label is still going to say 0 grams of trans fat. So if you see partially hydrogenated oil in the ingredient list of a product, it's best to put it down and just move on. And if you remember, our last video, video 5, was about sodium, so keep an eye out for this on the nutrition facts label as well in that section. Remember, the goal is to stay under 2,300 milligrams of sodium for the entire day. And basically, if a single product has more than 300 milligrams of sodium per serving, again, I suggest maybe putting it back and find an alternative that's lower in sodium. And I guess for time's sake I'll stop there, but there are many parts of the food label I didn't address. Again, check out the resource links at our website, and if you really have a question about your own personal nutrition needs, make sure you make an appointment with one of our registered dietitians right here at NVRH to get your own personal plan.
Awesome. I'll add that the ingredient list is also something to check out when deciding on a product, so I won't skip over that.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. So much to go over, so very little time. The ingredient list is huge, and we can make up a whole video just on tips on reading the ingredient list. But with that in mind, what quick and easy and heart-healthy recipe are you going to demo for us today?
Today, I'll show you a basic recipe for no-bake protein bites. They use oats, which is very heart-healthy, and they can be made ahead and taken on the go anywhere and can be a convenient option for a quick snack or even a small dessert. Check it out.
Yeah, let's do that. Show us how it's done. We're going to start off with 1 cup of rolled oats into a large bowl, followed by 1/3 of a cup of any type of chopped nuts. And then this is about 3 tablespoons of black chia seeds, heart healthy and very crunchy.
And to the bowl, we're going to add 1/3 cup of any type of dried fruit. Here we have some diced dried apricots. And this is going to be about 1/3 cup of unsugared and unsalted peanut butter to help hold it all together and give it some flavor. And lastly, not too much, but maybe about 2 tablespoons of honey, just to give it a little bit of a sweetness and again to help it hold together. Take your hands and bring this all together, and once it's mixed really well, you can start forming it into balls, and you should be able to get about 16 bite-sized protein balls out of this recipe. When you're ready, you're going to be looking like this, and keep them in an airtight container in the refrigerator to eat at your convenience.
So everybody, Travis, Chad, thanks for joining us over these 6 videos, everyone. I hope you watched them all. It's been fun. It's been a great experience for both of us, and I hope it leaves you happy and heart healthy, right?
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.